Okay, you all come in and hit that like and share button. I know I am doing some later night live streams than usual, but my sleep pattern is a little off. So until I get that back to regulatory, then here we go. So 11 o'clock live stream Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock, 10:08 Central Standard Time. Y'all come in, hit that like and share button. Now, I usually talk about cryptocurrency, which I probably will um, incorporate some crypto in this live stream as we're seeing a little cool down period right now in the crypto world. So let's take a quick look at that real quick. And if you are watching this live or on the replay, in the comment section, let me know what part of the world you are tuning in from. Drop your city and state. But the main part of this live stream is to talk about Basel 3 compliance, the world banks, and why I recommend that along with cryptocurrency, right, along with cryptocurrencies that are backed by real world commodities and that are blue chip cryptos that will be used going into this new world economic system. Why I highly recommend silver and copper right now, the most undervalued and inexpensive tangible metals that you can get delivery at your doorsteps right now, that's going because of the shortage that will drive the prices to new all-time highs, right? So we got Filecoin that's in the green at 16% up today. Matic, listen, Poly has made some great additions. I may do a live stream just focused on Polymatic. You got Poly, we got Internet Computer with the infinity symbol, powerful. At $6, that's really great because ICP all time high has been all the way from, let's see, showing $37 in May of 2021. No, I'm sorry, 37 billion was the market cap of May of 2021, and that all-time high was $303. Right, $303. ICP, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice, but people at $6 and it's all-time high. Again, it was in May with a $37.55 billion market cap of 2021 at $303 and 47 cents. So again, not giving it financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. We just research, analyze the economy, look at buying the dips, so we can do like Warren Buffett says that hey, you buy when it's in the red, when it's blood in the streets. And so let's get into the topic of this live stream. Why I'm highly recommending to get gold and silver right now. I'm going to show this video about the world banks being hijacked. This is a whistleblower exposing the corrupt banking system, part one. So let's tune in, listen in. And again, if you're catching this on the live stream, drop your city and state, say hello. Let me know what part of the world or country or continent you are tuning in from. All right, let's tune in. Let's go.
With our Federal Reserve note.
What is going on right now is that paper currency never works. It always crashes. And we are just at the moment that we have the time to convert that to treasury dollars. And this is exactly what Ronald Reagan was trying to do when he did a study, and he found out that 100% of our income taxes are leaving the country and going to the bankers.
Before we sorry to interject, you might be wondering who this woman, Karen Hudez, is. I know this is a TikTok, so I fact checked this for you. Karen Hudez did used to work for the World Bank in 2007. The World Bank made this formal announcement. Sorry, you can't see it on the screen right now. She hasn't worked there since 2007, and they basically, in nice terms, tell her to be quiet. But we'll continue on here, but make sure you like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. We give away $10 of XRP every day on this channel. The winner is in the video description below.
That's what John F. Kennedy was doing. And John F. Kennedy, he had accessed the wealth of the world and the gold that we're supposed to have. The Federal Reserve does not have the gold that the United States is supposed to have backing its dollar. That gold is there, but it's not going to be backing the Federal Reserve note. And so we have got to transition very quickly to the real currency in the United States. And Ronald Reagan printed that currency. It's there waiting for us. And we just simply have to exchange it very simply. And we will not have any economic dislocation. Otherwise, you better believe this country is not going to have any more military might. If we stay with the Federal Reserve note, we will have lost our standing completely. As it is right now, the Federal Reserve note is no longer what's called international reserve currency. That means that the countries are using other currency in their international trade. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, that's 25% of trade. They're not using the dollars with their own trade. And 133 developing countries, that's the group of 77, they've announced that they're not going to be using dollars in their international trade. Now, one of the things, getting back to what I was doing at Yale Law School, between my junior and senior year, I wrote a paper on how that coalition of the developing countries called the G77 was developing. I went to the UN between my junior and senior year at Yale, and I wrote a 200-page paper on that. I think that was also.
Okay, I want to pause here real quick. She breaks down the G77, right? She breaks down the G77. We have been studying bionumerology to predict what will happen in this economy. We have been breaking down numbers from a biblical perspective so we can get an economic perspective. And we know that from my teachings, the number 7 means divine transition, right? The number 7 means divine transition. So the G77 Alliance, she said a lot of deep things in this video. And thank you all for the thumbs up. Continue to hit the thumbs up. This is a late night live stream, unorthodox, later than my normal time. So this will help notify other people that I am live. The G77 plus China allowance, what it means for the poorest countries. People, it could have been any other number, 7 divine transition. So this is what she's in reference to. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, she mentioned the BRICS nation, right? Brazil, India, China, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa is added into that. So she said, you know what? These percentage of these countries have stopped using the United States dollars. You also need to be aware of Basel III compliant. Well, some people say Basel, some people say Basel, or Basel III compliant is the compliance that the banks must have the physical possession of money that the Constitution deemed in money, which is gold and silver, right? They must have that in there. We have exactly one. I see 3 ones, 11 people live on YouTube and 1 on Facebook. I see my 3111. So thank you for that. So Basel III or Basel III, but we'll say Basel III compliance is the banks must have this gold, silver, the commodities to back up the paper currency, also known as monopoly money that they distribute out. So these are all the 770 countries. Again, divine transition is the number 7. On the 7th day, I want you to go and fact check this. It states that God rested. That word rest in its original form, original definition means to bankrupt. These are all the current founding members, people, of the 77, right? Which means United States time has ended of being the dominatory cash financial system. The G77 has made financial contributions since 1994, right? 1994, the chain of successors. And so we're going to go back and watch this video, watch the whistleblower. I'm starting over so that you can really get understanding, or if you want to say overstanding, right? LOL, I see you, Digna, from the last time we know. I have no idea what you're saying. I don't know what Digna means. I have no idea. So let's go and watch this video and break this down.
What is going on right now is that paper currency never works. It always crashes. And we are just at the moment that we have the time to convert that to treasury dollars. And this is exactly what Ronald Reagan was trying to do when he did a study, and he found out that 100% of our income taxes are leaving the country and going to the bankers.
Sorry to interject. You might be wondering who this woman, Karen Hudez, is. I know this is a TikTok, so I fact checked this for you. Karen Hudez did used to work for the World Bank in 2007. The World Bank made this formal announcement. Sorry, you can't see it on the screen right now. She hasn't worked there since 2007, and they basically, in nice terms, tell her to be quiet. So we'll continue on here, but make sure you like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. We give away $10 of XRP every day on this channel. The winner is in the video description below.
That's what John F. Kennedy was doing. And John F. Kennedy, he had accessed the wealth of the world and the gold that we're supposed to have. The Federal Reserve does not have the gold that the United States is supposed to have backing its dollar. That gold is there, but it's not going to be backing the Federal Reserve note. And so we have got to transition very quickly to the real currency in the United States. And Ronald Reagan printed that currency. It's there waiting for us. And we just simply have to exchange it, very simply. And we will not have any economic dislocation. Otherwise, you better believe this country is not going to have any more military might. If we stay with the Federal Reserve note, we will have lost our standing completely. As it is right now, the Federal Reserve note is no longer what's called international reserve currency. That means that the countries are using other currency in their international trade. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, that's 25% of trade. They're not using the dollars with their own trade. And 133 developing countries, that's the group of 77, they've announced that they're not going to be using dollars in their international trade. Now, one of the things, getting back to what I was doing at Yale Law School, between my junior and senior year, I wrote a paper on how that coalition of the developing countries called the G77 was developing. I went to the UN between my junior and senior year at Yale, and I wrote a 200-page paper on that. I think that was also one of the reasons I was brought to the World Bank by Ibrahim Shihada. He was an Egyptian lawyer who had been the general counsel of OPEC. That's the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. And he might have realized that I was somebody who was very interested in the real mission of the World Bank. Now, the World Bank has been hijacked. It's been hijacked by a group that is called the Network of Global Corporate Control. It is a group that was studied by 3 mathematicians at the Federal Institute of Technology, and they found out that this group controls 40% of the assets of the 43,000 companies on the capital markets. And what it does is it takes the same directors and puts them on interlocking boards. So they have 10 times their economic might. And they didn't think anybody was going to find out about them, but we did. And this group has come into the World Bank, and it's also come into the United States, and it's done something called state capture. It is buying off the politicians. What they do is they print dollars, and they spend them to buy the politicians. they get to keep the difference between the amount that it costs to print the dollars and the face amount of the dollar. And then, to add insult to injury, they charge us interest on country debt. That's called usury. That means that people are working 3 months out of the year to pay the bankers on a scam. They have no right to keep that seniorage. And any president that tried to end that scam, that's what happened to Abraham Lincoln. That's why he was shot. So any president.
So she's dropping a lot of knowledge bombs there. I hope you guys.
She is dropping a lot of knowledge bombs there. She's going to Abraham Lincoln. A lot of, unfortunately, people in the Black and brown community think Abraham Lincoln was assassinated because he wanted to free the slaves. Not it. Abraham Lincoln wanted free money. Some things, again, Basel 4 compliant. Yeah, thank you for Basel 4. I think I said 3. He said been sipping compliance, deep things she gets, and then JFK. Another reason, I don't know if you all know this or not. It's been a while, and I'm going to start doing live streams directed toward. When I want to talk about crypto, it's going to be directly about crypto. When I want to get on the coins and crypto-backed commodities, it's going to be on crypto-backed commodities as well. But Executive Order 1111, another reason why you'll see my Crypto Queen 111 and things of that nature that's backing, because it's so many subliminal messages. And I'm not sure if I'm saying subliminal, but it's so many messages because this was on June 11th, people. The executive order. And if you don't think the elite speaks in code, if you do not think that the government, the elite speaks in code, then you don't, especially in number coding, right? Then you really you have your eyes wide shut. You don't know what's going on. And so that's one of my areas. People sometimes say conspiracy theories, but my thing with that conspiracy theories, I always be true. Whether you want to call me conspiracy theories, whether you just, I don't know, but when I see the numbers, one thing that I do know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. So we have JFK. He wanted the removal of obstruction. Now this was with the state of Alabama, but it then ties into the pure money that JFK wanted to come in, which was silver. That was another executive order, and it ties into this. Just like Abraham Lincoln wanted, it was called with Abraham Lincoln, the greenback. John F. Kennedy wanted to restore JFK, the silver standard. And people, all of this, let me put that up, is now coming into fruition, right? And let's put that up. This is another executive order. It still has the ones in it. It still has the one, right? It's like you said, it's hidden in plain sight for those that have the eyes to see. It's in plain sight. You know what? Big J 100. I don't know of any Diamondback digital assets, but I do. I just finished a 2-hour Zoom helping people get digital assets backed by natural gas. It's predicted that natural gas is going to go back to $4 a gallon for regular in May. Natural gas, aluminum, that's connected to a $5 billion industry. Digital gold backed by physical gold. And with this, it's different than just buying a crypto and holding. You buy it in real estate, commercial real estate. You buy it and it produces money for you 24/7, 300, or it can 365 days a year. So it's a perpetual cash cow. If you're interested in that, you can text me CC to 33 to the number on the bottom of the screen, 331-444-5556. and it's like purchasing an ATM that gives you unlimited cash, and it creates cash flow with you that you can for you 24/7, 365 that you can easily liquidate into cash if needed. And you don't have to pay a third party to handle your fees. You cut out the middleman and you keep your profits, right? Yourself. So this is Executive Order 11, the 4 ones. And this is related to affecting the Department of Treasury. This was on June 4th, and then he came again with the all ones June 11th. But the authority vested in the president by paragraph of Section 43, the Act of May, the double 33 people, 1933. You know, this is depression, right? This was taken out in 1933. So President John F. Kennedy wanted to amend this that was implemented due to the Great Depression in 1933 to issue silver certificates against any silver bullion, silver or standard silver dollars in the Treasury, not being held for redemption of any outstanding silver certificates, to prescribe the denominations of such silver certificates and coin standard silver dollars and subsidiary silver currency for their redemption. People Executive Order 11110. So, and then, just like Abraham Lincoln, he was also assassinated, just like Martin Luther King. It was not until Martin Luther King, it was not the dream speech. They had no problem with the dream speech. But when Martin Luther King said, we're coming to Washington to get our checks, when Martin Luther King started the Poor People's Campaign, then the assassination was then carried out, right? So you have to understand where the war when it comes to financial. See, these elite, they don't mind giving you religion. They give you religion all day. They'll give you religion all day. They don't want to set you free. Spiritually, they don't want your mind to be free, right? As the Matrix refers to, the red pill, the green pill, and they don't want you to be free financially. They give you religion all day. They give you the hope all day. They will give you the faith, the hope to quote scriptures like the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. But you have to ask yourself, why do the wicked have the wealth in the first place? Because that scripture exposes that it is the wealthy that had the wicked that has the wealth. Well, the laws of God, the promises of God, the premises of God, it states, I have no respect of persons. Whoever apply the principles, whoever take action will receive the promises. And the action of just saying and not doing, as my Trekkie people would say, Yoda would say, you can't just say, you have to do. It's probably not the direct quote because I don't watch a lot of Star Trek, but I know it's something on those terms, right? You have to do. Faith without works is dead. So this is the copper shortage, people. Copper shortage is getting real. This is released January 24th of this year, 2023, and decline in the productivity from existing copper mines. And it just talk about that experts say we are looking at a 10 million deficit in as little as 2 years of a shortfall of copper. Copper, people, is used in electronic cars, is used in the wiring, lithium batteries, right? The motor, the cables. This is just how much copper is used in electronic vehicles, small motors and luxury vehicles, power and electronics. $10 million deficit. And it says that the mine supply will peak next year around 2024. So why copper? Why silver? Why now? Because both of those are at a global shortage. Copper, both of those are used for money use and for industrial use. Both. Well, copper is not used for monetary use. I take that back. Silver is. Let me be clear and specific and on point. So let's talk about Basel. I keep saying Basel. Basel 4 compliance. Basel 4. Some people do say Basel, but I think the correct pronunciation is Basel. Basel 4 compliant. This is just the white paper from U.S. Banking Corp, and it just specifies that Basel 4 compliance has to be, and it's more. This is Basel 3 right here. That they must have the physical assets. Banking institutions with assets greater than 250 billion are required to develop these systems process to report on the Basel 3. They must. Not they should, they might, but they must. And so, unfortunately, a lot of people that's doing this is the regulated capital. This is all the white paper that's doing banking with banks that are not billion-dollar banking institutions. They are not Basel 3 or 4 compliant. They don't have the physical assets. And people, I want you to understand this. This compliance began in 2017. What came during 2017? See, this is what I've been telling you, that banks went bankrupt. They went bankrupt. It's called the repo market, not like repossessing a vehicle. And this is when the cough came along, when banks went bankrupt and the economy had to shut down. This was December of 2017, right? Basel 3 standards. This is a newly released that came out on September the 9th, the 9/9. This is when Shemitah began in the month of September as well, according to the Bible, where it would enter into the Jubilee, a depression, right? The 50th Jubilee. And so with the Basel 3 standards, this was December 2017, resilience of the domestic banking system and priorities for agencies, strong capital requirements, a critical element of the bank regulatory framework, allowing the banking industry during times of economic stress to serve as a source of strength. So that whistleblower dropped a lot of gems, So let me show you. You can go to milliemoves.com, and I also drop a link in the comment section as well. But this is where I purchased my gold and silver, the tangible portion of it. Okay, the tangible portion of it. And people, I'm gonna be honest with you all. I was in this really to just convert for the return on investment, because I know what copper and gold is going to do. But I am more so involved in this now because I'm becoming more of a collector. I'm becoming more of a collector of these items now. They're just so just so beautiful to me. So let me show it to you. This is new. This is the American Eagle relief, and this is an antiquated antique. People, you want to look at things that have limited print right now. This is a limited mintage of 2,500 that's in stock, right? That's beautiful. It was so many new releases today. I just didn't know what to go with. This is a new release. This is Phantom Queen Elizabeth, limited mint of 25,000. I have been educating you all that any mint with Queen Elizabeth portrait on it will be worth more because money with her portrait on it, since her death, is not being printed at these times. Prince Charles is taking over, and so in some years to come, having her portrait on real money, silver, I'm going to order this one, the equilibrium. This is just beautiful. I broke down the equilibrium of the infinity symbol. That begins even with Genesis 1 and 1. This is separate but equal. The two energy sources, if you read Genesis 1 and 3, it says that the greater light was created, right? With the lesser light was here first. People, let me break down. I just got a revelation. I gotta share this one. Something I never discovered, something I never thought of until I did this live stream. So let me hurry up and say it. I'm looking at this equilibrium silver. If you read Genesis 1 and 3, it said darkness was here first. It says darkness was here first, right? Let me darkness was here first. Why do you think Eve's name is Eve? And it's similar to evening. Why do you think in the culture, the Hebrew Greek culture, right? That daytime, a whole day is calculated from sunset to sunrise, not the opposite. See, in the United States, we look at sunrise to sunset to calculate a day. But that's not how it's done biblically. Even the crucifixion of Jesus, it begins at sunset to sunrise. That calculates a whole day. The evening was here first. Now, Genesis 1 and 2 says, now the earth was formless and empty, and darkness was already here on the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of the Lord God was hovering over the waters. And God said, let there be light. Light was created second. And men, I love you. This is nothing against a man. I think Genesis definitely gives the order of operation that man is supposed to be the head, the first. But a lot of people miss this. Then God said, let there be light. So Eve and evening and darkness was here first. When we say that we as humans come from the dirt of the ground, that dirt of the earth is called Adama. That's a feminine name, Adama, right? And then this is where Adama in Hebrew, this is where you get Adam or Adam. The meaning of the word Adama, let me show it to you. I know I kind of went left, right, but we're going to get that equilibrium. Silver just gave me some insight, right? The word Adama in Hebrew means land, ground, soil. Land, ground, soil, right? Most scholars believe the words Adama, which is Adam, came from the dirt of the ground, and Edom, Eve. See, that's why Eve was pulled out of Adam's rib, showing as a place of protection. The man is supposed to be the protector. That was symbolic to that. Somebody said, I'm teaching tonight. Maybe I need to start doing late night live streams. Thank you. I'm teaching tonight. Yes, Mr. Crow. I really was into silver because of the investment, but now it's like artwork to me. I definitely got to buy this one because I got this revelation. Thank you. So you see the 2 in 1. When you read Genesis 1 and 1, the Hebrew, the original context says, in the beginning, Elohim. Elo, E-L-O is feminine. Him is right there, H-I-M. The powerful ones, that's why later on in Genesis it says that male and female created he them, and that they were created in their likeness and image. I know you have been taught that different. Man is the provider, man is the protector, man is the real. Man have the superior physical strength. Man should be the head and not the tail of the household. But a woman is not behind, she is beside. And that's the real trinity: male, female, recreating, repropriating, and producing and raising children. This is beautiful as well. What beautiful artwork on these silver coins. The kookaburra with Queen Elizabeth, $1. No limited mint on that, but I know they sell out fast. People, we're talking about under $40. I definitely got this one, the Great Pyramid of Geyser. Such beautiful artwork. Look at, I guess you would say that's the Pharaoh head. I told you all yesterday that this would sell out, and it is. Right? I don't have to give you all any hype or speculation behind these. I told you all this was gonna sell out last night. And I have my personal of Kobe, the 2 ounce. This is black, fine silver collectible coins. And it sold out. I did a live stream last night. It was in stock. And you also get the vintage. And you know, with the 8, the infinity, they have a limited mint on these of 888. The Kobe Bean Bryant. I can really go into the number 24 as well. I can go into 24 as well and really break down the number 6. And that 6 is not an evil number. In fact, when you read the Bible, it says on the 6th day, God created a man and the wild beast. And he said, very good. So why did in Genesis he say on the 6th day was very good? I teach you all that the wild beast is your pituitary gland. It's that animalistic gland part of your brain. When people say in sports, they say I went beast mode. Or that anger part of you. See, the equilibrium, we all have some night and day mixed in us. Some good and evil. Paul said every time I press to do good, every time I try to do good, evil is pressing. I know some of you all think that you have no evil in you, but yes you do. Let someone hit that wrong button. It'll come out. It'll come out. I promise you. Right? And so let me get back on topic. But these are just beautiful. This is the year of the rabbit. Again, Queen Elizabeth, $5, people, limited mint of 500. I'm getting this as well because this is the only place that I find where there's limited mint of these silver cryptos. Back in stock, this will be out soon. Bitcoin, limited of 10 per household. The Bitcoin silver crypto, this is physical commodities. If you are a Mandela crocodile, I think that's right, Mandela lover, right? I love nature. Limited mint only 10,000. Limited mint only 10,000. I just told you all about the copper. They're saying we got aliens. You know, many people say that the angels referenced in the Bible is really aliens. That it's just, has been edited to say angels. Strangers that unaware of, right? Limited mint of 25,000. I want you to notice a lot of what's going on now is airborne, balloon, right? All of this stuff. Just beautiful limit, 20 per household. This is beautiful. Like I seriously would I'm going to drop more thousands into this. The Democratic of Congo, they have limited mint of 10,000. People, they've added some beautiful pieces in here. Jay-Z, speaking of numbers, 444 albums, he dropped the gem. Jay-Z said this about the artwork. He could have got the artwork. And then, I don't know the direct rap lyrics right off the top of my head, but I do know he said, how do I feel now that I didn't get that artwork? He said, like Dumbo, right? He talked about passing it on to his children. 1 million. I know it says something about millions. And so people, we're looking at Robert Kiyosaki is saying that gold and it's going to be 5,000 by 2025, and silver on the low end is going to be at least $500 an ounce. And you're looking at getting in under $40, right? Then you have copper. The shortage of copper, people under $4. I got the Bitcoin, but when I tell you this copper is beautiful, this was sold out, 1 ounce Bitcoin. I got large quantities of this, right? Bitcoin is going to be the godfather. The all-time high of Bitcoin is predicted at least at 500,000. Having these tangible tokens with Bitcoin, even Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Litecoin, and Ethereum is going to be vintage pieces. So again, you can go to Queen Millie Moves to go in and order any of these pieces. And also, let me, I believe in digital money and old money. I believe in both merging together, right? They're not going to work separate of one another. And this is why having cryptocurrencies backed by commodities, right? Backed by commodities is I highly recommend it. So I'm going to put the short link in here, but you can also go to Millie Moves. This is the link to the direct site in the comment section. So I hope you're able to click on that. So 5 minutes and then I'm logging off. Also having these digital assets backed by real commodities as well. I also recommend that you get these now. In fact, the cryptocurrency that's backed by natural gas will not be available after the 28th of November. Why that is? I mean, come on, get your brain together, Queen. February, the 28th of this month. So just a couple of more days. Why this is important? Because as natural gas prices increase, as people are saying their natural gas utility bills is 3 times higher than in the past. As natural gas prices will go up during traveling in summer months. Again, expect to be $4 in May, and that's just for regular gas. Now you have natural gas, Nat G. People, you're getting this at 3.3021, under a penny. As Warren Buffett said, if you want to be rich and wealthy, always buy in the red. Always buy when it's blood in the streets. If you can catch it at that price, right? Then you have Grow. This is high yielding agriculture. It's backed by hemp, weed. Some people believe in just plants for their physical health. Some people believe in pills. Some people believe in prayer. Some people believe in all three: plants, pills, and prayer. So you have Grow that's backed by hemp, weed, cocoa as well for cacao, healthy chocolate for cocoa plants. Did you all know, speaking of cocoa, that Elon Musk is rumored to buy Coca-Cola and to add that ingredient back in Coca-Cola, which is cocaine? But they already have sugar in Cokes and drinks and soda pops, and so that's just as more addictive as cocaine, right? You also have it backed by man grows, mangroves. They provide CO2, more CO2 into the environment, and they also help with destructive weather, come back against hurricane season. Soybeans, also backed by soybeans, and it also help farmers keep their carbon credits on the blockchain. So farmers, for example, in Ghana, are not being cheated out of their crops that they are selling, and that they are more efficient in their sales and transactions, record keeping, to help them get their rightfully amount for their crops. All of this backed by grow. Then you have the technology that finds all of these commodities in the earth realm. I'm not sure if you all are aware of it or not, but every commodity in the earth realm has its own energy, frequency, and vibration. Silver has a different frequency. Gold has a different frequency. Natural gas, right? Helium, platinum, palladium, diamonds. This not only finds those commodities in the earth in a very eco-friendly way. If you can see it, it is very similar to XRP, but it's XPLR for satellite technology that launches space into space and find these in a very eco-friendly, economy-friendly way, in which it's not destroying the earth realm as far as mining these commodities and then coming up with nothing, and then you destroy the land. It finds the gold, the crude oil, platinum, palladium, diamonds, even water pockets, water sprouts, to help people, to help the farmers, especially in third world countries, know where the best areas to plant certain plants, right? Certain vegetation, agriculture, and it water it in a very efficient way for watering systems as well. So grow is going to be growing, and XPLR, the great satellite technology. Aluminum right now, a $5 billion industry. They're adding more to aluminum, which is, looking at a $10 billion industry. And people, this is what you call mining or purchasing a digital software that pays you out daily to verify, these transactions on the blockchain. It's a little late, so I had to think. Beverage. This is a company that was already in production in a poverty state in Mississippi. They purchased the company out, right? So if you drink water, which is a commodity, we are made up 70% or more of water, our bodies. If you drink high energy drinks, if you drink wine or carbonated beer, if you don't drink wine or carbonated beer, there's a lot of people that do, right? And so we're not changing their drinking habits. We're just having a more efficient way that this beverage company can compete with Coca-Cola and Pepsi by barcode technology of getting its products out to the 7-Elevens, to the Costco's, getting them out on the shelves so the products can sell more faster and efficient. And this one, Blocks, BLOX, is commercial real estate, blockchain technology. Blocks, commercial real estate, helping with the funding transactions and the helping people. Let me go back to this one. Getting the financial transaction like crowdfunding to afford commercial real estate, and you will also get the royalties. Talked about royalties. Rihanna just released royalties for her NFT song, Be Better Have Mine. You know what? Right? The NFTs were sold for $210. I wish I could say I got some, but I didn't, because I didn't know. Right? There were 300 NFTs. They sold out in a matter of minutes. But every time that song plays, Be Better Have My Money, the NFT holders get paid out royalty percentages. The same thing when Explorer find these commodities, whether it's in the United States, in Nebraska, or Idaho, or in Ghana, or in Africa, right? You, as digital software holders that's helping to verify transactions on the blockchain, get paid out in royalties of the commodities that's sold. This is black gold. I think I talked about digital gold, which is physical yellow gold. You can actually retrieve the physical gold by mining the digital software and having the digital software, right? It can be converted back into cash flow, liquidated very quickly and easily, if need be, right? Black gold, right, made over 1,000 millionaires, people, in 10 months. This was released in November of 2021 when crude oil hit its all-time high of June of 2022. 1,000 millionaires were made from this project. So debt token, it's at $23. This is the utility token. Why this is so big? This is abbreviated for decentralized eco-friendly blockchain technology. This is in comparison to Ethereum and BNB chain, if you're familiar with those. So imagine if you can get an Ethereum and BNB when they were $23. BNB is around $300 now. Ethereum hit $1,700 with predictions of being 10,000 or more, before it's all said and done. So imagine if, and maybe some of you all did, but imagine getting in this utility token, because in essence, this utility token is the token that runs all of these projects, that all of these projects are connected to. So DET, decentralized eco-friendly blockchain technology, is backed by yellow gold, physical gold. It's backed by crude oil. It's backed by natural gas. It's backed by grow. It's backed by that satellite technology, XPLR. It's backed by aluminum. It's backed by the beverage industry. It's backed by blocks, commercial real estate. But the only way to get this is to become an exclusive member. You can't find it on crypto.com. You cannot find it on Coinbase, right? You can't find it on PancakeSwap or Trust Wallet or Binance Chain. In fact, they are working on getting debt added to Binance before the end of this year. The largest crypto exchange in the world. So imagine what that's going to add to the value and the pricing of that addition on BNB getting at that utility tokens. So again, visit Millie Moves for those tangible, beautiful pieces of silver and copper. And then for these cryptos backed by commodities, text 331-444-5556. I get you more information to win financially with God's wealth, God's money, converting cash, people, into God's wealth. As Robert Kiyosaki states, listen, gold, crude oil, commodities were here before the cockroaches existed. And he said they're going to be here long after the cockroaches are gone. Hey, thank you all for the late night live stream. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be 30 minutes, but you all know I'm long-winded. I just wanted to break that down. But I just wanted to focus on silver, copper, and these crypto-backed commodities, right? You all have a great night. Sleep well. Hopefully you'll see me with a live stream tomorrow. God bless. Queen out.